Welcome to the next episode of the Utgard tutorial. Today we will cover the remaining buildings and towers, and I will show you how to add them to the existing design and also how to add them to this newly created version of the build. This is basically an expanded version of the one showed in the earlier episodes, but with the added towers and buildings from the original build. You can build this in a flat world and in a variety of different terrains, much more versatile than the original. If you decided to build the version without any walls and additional buildings, you can skip this video entirely and just wait for the final episode, where I will cover the interior with the furniture and so on. But for everybody else, please watch this intro because I will give you some important information and context. So when it comes to the order I want to cover things in this video, I want to start by showing you how to build the simplified wall structure and the staircase connecting the main hall to the courtyard. Then I will cover each of the towers and buildings clockwise, from the entrance to the back of the build. So use the timestamps to navigate the video and find the relevant towers, coordinates and blueprints. For each building, I will show you the overall dimensions and where they're located in the original seed. This is of course only relevant to the people that are actually building in that seed. But the step-by-step tutorial will be done in this version of the build here, which means that you have to kind of apply everything I'm doing in this version of the build to the original. But that should be easy enough since I've isolated the process for each tower. Because here's the thing, the way the staircases apply to the towers are different depending on which version you're building. The overall shapes are the same, but you might have to extend or shorten the staircases individually. Again, when you see the rather simple designs, it won't be a big deal applying it to your own circumstances. I just figured that I needed to say this in advance. After covering all of the buildings and towers, I'm going to show you what you need to do to finish the missing parts of the original build. This includes the staircase, gatehouse, and remaining walls. For some of it, I will reference earlier episodes with timestamps so you can apply the relevant parts to the build. Also, I have done a couple of changes to the original build. Most towers are unchanged, but there are parts I'm not going to cover or parts that are changed or different in general. The watch chamber or tower here, for example, it's basically the same as before, but in the original version, you need to extend it a bit to cover the terrain below. The staircase that's added here on the side felt a bit weird to me, so I would just build the wall all the way up to the portal building. And arguably the biggest change, the house here on the back, it just feels a bit out of place. I don't know, it's not the design itself, but the function of it. It feels cleaner to have the tower alone be Utgard Loki's refuge, so to speak, and then have all the other towers and buildings be reserved for the guards and people within the walls. So I would just add a connecting wall here instead. When starting each tower or building, I will show you the location in the original seed and also show how it was textured basically. And just to give you a general idea of how to approach building it in the original location, here's how the basic volumes relate to the finished buildings. The volumes of the towers cover the main body, and then you can use the tutorial for each to build the heads. These towers were designed to vaguely resemble giants to kind of feed into the illusion that is presented in the original story. I would start with the exterior and then decide for yourself how you want to do the interior. Just be aware the entrances don't really line up with the buildings in the same way as in the simplified version, so you might need to watch the relevant parts of the tutorial to see how it was designed originally. I'm stating this one more time. The interior of the towers are really simple. They only really consist of a staircase and a room at the top, so either way I wouldn't worry too much. With the other buildings you shouldn't really have an issue just following the tutorial. Okay, we need to build this courtyard here with the outer walls and the staircase. And for this, the level out here is the same as inside the basement, which is 33 blocks below the main level. So I think the easiest place to start is with the staircase and then build the wall after that. And when we come to the wall, you have to decide for yourself if you want to stop here just by making this version, or if you want to create the next version, which is this one here, which is basically the original build, but with the added towers and buildings, as close as I could to the original, but still keeping the design of this more flexible kind of structure, which you could place in a flat world or in like most contexts. And we'll come back to this later, but just in general, these buildings are placed in a way that kind of resembles the original build, but is also kind of flexible. So you could place these buildings anywhere really, and then adjust the walls to your preferences if you have a certain kind of location that needs like different or that fits better with certain wall sections. So, and again, all of what I'm showing you benefits a lot from just a bit of texturing, as shown earlier in earlier videos, and as you can see here. And you don't necessarily need to add a lot, but just a bit of texturing and kind of adding, the snow and some cracks and stuff. The easiest way, I think, is to start with the staircase. And what you need to do is to find the block just above the floor inside the basement. So this basement is 33 levels below the main floor, and the courtyard here, the level we are going to add outside, will be in the same level as this. But start by finding the block just one above, so this one here, and then move over to this section here where you need to place where we're going to place the staircase. And then add 41 blocks from inside here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and all the way to 41, which is here. And yeah, it's basically at this pillar here in the beginning. Okay, from here I would simply add the staircase, kind of the giant size staircase first, and then go from there. So from the second block here, just add 2. So the first step is like a half step, and from here you can add a whole step like so. So 2 up and 2, and then just continue this like so. So you have, excluding the first one, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total. And then you have a rest here on the staircase, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 blocks in total. And from here, just add the same staircases as we just did all the way up. And like so, and then from here you can simply place or extend the stone bricks, and then just remove this glass section here, like so. And from up here you can just continue these staircases to kind of close this part off, so it looks a little bit cleaner, like so. And down here you can simply extend this section we just made all the way over to here. Yeah, and this can just be changed to stone bricks. Like so. And then on this side over here, you can add a normal staircase. And remember, all of what we're doing here benefits a lot from texturing and kind of adding different kind of cracks and corrosions in kind of the staircase to make it more believable and more lived in. Because out of all my builds, this is probably the most simple one when it comes to kind of shape, in terms of shapes everything is really simple. And if you don't texture this build, I don't know, it kind of loses that character the original one had. So I think of any of my builds, of all my builds, this is definitely the one that needs texturing the most. If you compare to something like the Sanctum, this is much more defined by its detail, so you don't really need to do a whole lot of texturing compared to this one. Okay, so from here, we can just add the walls on each side, and just do it by adding 2 above this one here and 3 above this one here, and then just continue this. Just do this all the way up. Like so. And then you basically just need to fill in this entire area inside here and do the same on the other side. Like so. And yeah, the same over here. Okay, and now onto the main wall. So as I showed you before, the wall we're going to build will consist of these 2 parts. So this one here and this one here. So the buttress and the wall section. So you can consider this as one part. So I'm going to show you how to build this, and then you can basically just repeat this all the way over. And you basically just need to have 21 in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. But if you're building this version over here, then from here to there, you don't need to build the section. It's only over here. So for that one, you only need this part here and the last part over here. I'll come back to that. Okay, start by finding the floor level, which is 1 block below the staircase here, the same level as the floor inside, and simply go over here to this pillar here, and then add it here. So this is the kind of the terrain level we're going to need inside. And from this point, you can add 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and then do this 4 more times. So you need to place 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just raise this to the same height. So this section is 5 blocks in total. And on top, add 2 staircases and extend everything all the way down. Like so. And for the next one, add 5 more. Just do it from, so this is do it from the floor level and up. So just add 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Raise them to the same level as this one, but only every second of the blocks, like so. And top it off here and here. And add 5 staircases, like so. On the other side, just extend all the main blocks, like the full blocks, all around. And in the middle. And on top, add 3 staircases, like so. And now I'm going to show you just the profile of this, kind of the one section of this section, basically. So if you add a staircase there and extend the middle one here all the way down. Start by doing that. And then you need to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks and a staircase here. And then these 2 blocks here, you need to extend them down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. Both of them. And then add 2 staircases, one here and one here. And from here you can add 2 blocks there, 1 there, and 2 staircases here and here. And finally extend these 2 all the way down. So these 2 here. Like so. And then extend or extrude this section over to this point. Like so. And yeah, this is basically the one section. The only thing you need to do is to add a couple of iron bars here. And when we have the terrain placed inside, this will be level to the terrain. And you could change this in all sorts of ways, but this is just a basic wall section, and then you can choose whether you want to kind of expand on it. Okay, for the main kind of or the simplified version of this particular build, add 21 of these sections in total, so including this one. But if you, as mentioned earlier, if you want to build this version, only build the last 8 sections, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and only 1.5 here. So this is one section, and then you can copy this one over here, and then just leave the rest be. So you might need to kind of just count the blocks in between, or at least count. So this is 10 blocks in total. It's 5, 5. So each section is 10. So by adding, so you have 8 over here and 1.5 here. So like quick math tells me this is like 12.5. It must be 12.5, yeah, in between. So I hope that makes sense. And then over here, simply make 2 sections from the corner here and inside. So by building 2, you can see there's still a gap here. I would simply extend this like so, and then just add this, and then close this off. And the corner inside here, you can just add a staircase here. Ideally, you would add a lot of snow and cracks and texturing to kind of make this more blend more together. So in the end, I don't think it matters that much. From this point, I think the easiest way is just to mirror this on the other side. So what that means is you have to count the blocks from this wall over here and simply start the wall over here from the same distance. And this means that you, when you're placing it, it should align. So if you add 5 here, I'm just showing you where it's going to be. So this is the first section. I'm just adding a couple of blocks so it's easier for you to see. But this is basically the first section. And the distance from this wall to this wall, this corner here, is the same as from this one to this corner here. So when you're done, you just have one section here, and then you basically just need to build 6 of these sections in total. Like so. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then in the same manner as we created this corner here, place another section on this side, like so. And depending on, again, which version we're building, for this one, just build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections. But for this simplified version of the wall section, you need to build 21 of these. Well, it's more like 20 and a half because it will end on a similar buttress as this one. Like so. And as I mentioned, it will end on a buttress, which means that it should align with the wall section about here. This is not, I mean, if it's one block off or something, I mean, it's not a big deal. This is just how I designed it. And then you can finish this with adding a similar section on this side, like so. And then simply add a section more and connect it to the wall. And yeah, this is basically it. I mean, it's fairly simple, but in a seat like the one I showed you in the, actually all the way back in the introduction video, I think it works quite well, and you can add trees and stuff inside. So what I wanted you to do now is simply, I say simply because it's quite a task, but I would add like one layer of, it could be grass blocks or anything else you want. You might be more inclined to build a terrain that matches the terrain you're building on, or I mean, it depends on what you like to do, but it's designed in a way that all of this is just one layer of grass blocks, and then you can kind of use it in the way that you feel is appropriate. And yeah, this is basically it. For this version here, you could stop here and, I mean, so of course, add the texturing needed and add whatever you feel like you want to kind of add to this courtyard inside. If you want houses or trees, just nature, or yeah, it really depends on what you would like to do with it. This is a simplified version, and yeah, if this is the version you have built, then you can just skip the rest and come back to the final episode and add the interior and all that. So yeah. Okay, for the expanded version where we're going to add towers and buildings, I mentioned that you don't need to build the middle part here. So just to take a closer look, you need to build 1.5 sections basically. So you have, this is one section here, and then half of a section here. On the other side, you need to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full sections. So again, full sections include the buttress and the wall part. And then just leave this be. And the way we're going to do this is to build each of these towers one by one, and then go on to the other side to build the buildings there. So what you're going to do is you're going to build 2.5 wall sections from this point here in this direction. So for one section, this is basically how you're going to do it. So these two will touch here, and these 2 wall sections will touch here. And you can simply fill this part. Like so. And then simply repeat this one over here and half of a section at the end, basically. Like so. So you have 1, 2.5 one here. Okay. So just for now, I will just add just one layer here, so it's easier to kind of get a sense of where the floor level is. Okay. So this one, this is the corner of the tower. And this tower is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks wide. And then count on the other side. So this is the first one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 blocks wide on each side. Okay, this block here is the one I will show you the coordinates for in the original location. So this block here. And as I mentioned, for each tower, I will show you the blueprint, the coordinates, and the texturing. And just a couple of things about texturing. For the gradient and the general texturing itself, we talked about this a lot in the earlier videos. Here you can just follow the same principles as you used for the main building. And then for most other stuff, it's basically just focusing on adding cracks and fractures. One of the things that work really well, I think, is to kind of give the edges kind of a rounded shape to them, and then adding snow adds a lot too. For each tower, I'm just going to let this footage play slowly so you can kind of get a sense of it. You can just pause when needed. And now simply extend this down to the bottom, like so, and then build a pillar here, 65 blocks all the way to the top. This is just to show you, but you need to extend all the walls all the way up, 65 blocks, like so. And then up here, just close this part off, but keep the middle one open, like so. And then add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do this around the center block. And on the top one, add 2 blocks all the way around to basically make the same shape as the one below, like so. And then on top of the first one, add, so if you count the first one, then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And simply I would just close everything off on all the walls and the top too, like so. And for the windows, you need to remove the blocks around, like next to the middle one. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, and then remove 4 blocks. You can place staircases upside down like so, and use the iron bars to create windows, and then you can do the same on all the other sides. And this is just the exterior. I will show you how to make the staircase inside. Okay, so from this side over here, so there's 1 block here, 2, and then remove these 3 blocks. This is the doorway, so 2 blocks here. And then over here you can add, let's just do it at the level of the floor level, add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then on this side, you will have the minor tower. So just add 1 there, and then create a 3 block wide pillar. This is the corresponding block. So this block here, and like before, just extend this downwards. and extend it upwards 54 blocks all the way up here. So when you're up here, you can close this off, and then if you add just below this one, add 1, 2, 3 and a staircase, you can just follow this staircase all the way up. For now, I'll just build it like so, and then add the rest later. And then you should connect somewhere right around here. Then just add 1 block here, here, and so on all the way up. And just continue this like so. And you should be 3 blocks from the top here. And now extend this part for the other 2 blocks here, like so. Okay. When it comes to the staircase inside, the way I ended up doing it was actually a small staircase that revolves around 1 column in the middle, as you see here. And the reason why I did it like this was basically to have room to make these kind of fractures. Because for like a pristine version of the tower, you would probably make something different. So the alternative version is actually simpler and much more efficient, because it revolves around this 3-block pillar in the middle, and then you have much more. It's much easier to kind of move up and down on a larger staircase like this. But then you won't have room to kind of treat the outer layer on the tower itself. And I mean, there are ways of doing it. You could use wall blocks instead of having like a whole layer kind of fractures. But yeah, this is just the way I ended up doing it. So the final version is basically just the small spiraling like a staircase, winding staircase inside. Yeah, the way you're going to do it is I would just start by outlining the outer walls here. Okay, so the pillar here in the middle. So this one here, and all the blocks around it needs to be extruded or extended all the way up, or just leave a couple of blocks open here. So we have to kind of transition from the staircase up to the ladder, but we'll come to that. But just start by extending those blocks, and from here you should just the one over here, you can extend that one. So it's basically extending all of these blocks here. And of course the middle one, like so. And then it's quite simple actually. Just so I'm using stone bricks here to kind of create a little bit of contrast between the staircase itself and the walls, but you can just start anywhere. Just start here and then just move up by 1 slab, so a half block all the way up. And for to add a bit of lighting, I would just place, I mean, it depends on where you want to place them. I'll just place them one on each side here and here, all the way up, like so. And then when you're all the way up here, then at some point you need to kind of or transition into the staircase. It's up to you when. I'm just going to do it here, like 3 blocks below the ceiling, and here you can add a couple of blocks here. And just gonna add those. And just to make it a little bit more clean, you can just close this off here. And maybe something like this. Yes, yeah, something like this. And then, just a second, yeah. And then up here, what I did, so it's pretty tall, the room up here. So what I did was simply extending I just extended the floor a bit. So I extended it all the way up to the bottom of the windows, like so. And then, yeah, you can add a bit of lighting. And I don't know, I don't think you need to kind of do much up here. I mean, you can, of course, add some chests or something else, or even make a room that is usable. This is also where the texturing plays a huge part, because you could actually do what I did in the original one, where the room inside is actually like 1 block smaller all around. It's smaller because I made this kind of fracture here, so everything is kind of offset inside. So yeah, depending on how you end up making your build, yeah, you can change that and kind of make the ruinous and weathered part more of a feature of how it looks inside too. So I think that's worth considering when designing all these interiors for these towers. Okay, and down here we can just close this part off here, and maybe just add a door here, something like that. Awesome. Okay, for the wall section here, what I would do is simply close this off by adding 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just do this all the way over to the other side. And on top, just add, for every second, just add a staircase, like so. And then here, exactly like we did here, just over here, just on the middle one, the middle block here, add a wall that is the same height. And yeah, I'm just showing you where the bottom is. We'll come back to this part below in a bit. And then simply add, so this is the first one, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. And extend this up here. And then for every second, put a staircase, and on the corner we need to place a slab. And just extend the bottom part all the way down. And over here, what you need to do is to, just for the bottom one, just create a row of blocks here. So what I'm going to do is, just to show you here, just add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, and then a staircase on the lowest one. And then just add staircases for like all the way up to just 1 row below, and just continue this all the way over, like so. And then do the same on the other side. Like so. And then extend this one all the way down. Same over here. like so. And on the inside, just extend this one up here. And on the block below this one, over here, just add a stair block the same here, and then just do this all the way up to the middle part, where you have two blocks underneath. And then do the same on this side. Like so. And then just extend the outline of this a couple of blocks inside. So what I did was I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. Well, 6 blocks, and then added the wall on the back here. Like so. So just extend these blocks all the way down until you reach this block here, and then just close it off, basically. And just close it off here. Yeah, it should look something like this. Okay, so from here we need to add 4 wall sections. Actually 4.5. So I'll just show you the first one. It's basically just a normal one like this. And from here you can just create or build the rest. Like so. So you have 1 here, 2 section, 3, 4, and a half at the end, basically. And then from here, we can build the outline or the blueprint for the next tower. So add 1 here and 2 here. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this one is actually an even number, so 10 in total. So including this one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then same over here, same over here. This block here, this is the corresponding block. And now extend this outline here all the way down and all the way up to, so from the floor level here, add 35. 35 in total. And then simply extend it both down and up. Like so. Okay. I'll just highlight the terrain here. And here you can remove these blocks here and then basically add a doorway here. And for this one, we're doing the same thing as we did before. So we need to have, the wall needs to be 2 blocks thick if you want to add the fractures. So I'll just outline what we need. Oh. And as before, we can use other blocks here if we want to. And this is a bit bigger than the other one, or wider, so we can actually make a staircase that's 2 blocks wide instead. So, like before, just extend the deep slate blocks all the way up, like so. And from here, simply add 2 staircases, or 2 by 2, all the way up. And then when you come to around this spot, so we are 1, 2, 3 blocks below the top of this part here, you can just add 3 staircases here. Here we can use slabs instead. So there's room to walk. And we can just add a couple of the missing lanterns here. Now the middle 4 blocks, this volume you have here, just highlight this and just leave 1 open for a door. And then this should be 3 blocks tall, but 4 to kind of have a block to place the head, so to speak, of the tower. So here we have an opening, and then we can just add 1 more layer here, just to connect the extruding blocks from. And then just add 3 all the way around, like so. And then including this one, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then just create walls all around and a roof, like so. And if you want to, you can also add them at the top. I mean, this is up to you. Because in the end, this is supposed to be heavily textured and heavily kind of modified to kind of be like a ruin almost, right? So these details are less important than the texturing we've been talking so much about. Okay. And from here, we can just add a couple of blocks here to kind of for the ladder, and then just add 1 more layer here, like so. And I mean, depending on how depending on how far you want to go with kind of detailing, you could do more here. I mean, you don't have to, and I think in a lot of ways it's fine to just keep it simple. But remember, if you apply all the texturing and adding the cracks and fractures I showed earlier in the texturing section, these walls should be moved one block inwards to make rooms for the snow and fractures. Okay, yeah, something like this could be fine, I guess. But yeah, you can add a bit of lighting here if you want to. This is just... I mean, it could be anything. It could be the solar lanterns here too, but I'm just mixing it up a bit. And then here you can add a ladder and maybe a door here, like so. So from here, go to this part here, and so I'm gonna just add the blocks at ground level. So from here, add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blocks. And then here, add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blocks. Okay, this wall section here is not the normal wall section we did before. This is more of a simplified version. This is just, I mean, I couldn't fit these buttresses in between, so I figured a more simple wall would work fine here. But yeah, the top is basically the same, so just add 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Do this all the way around, like so. And then for every second, just add a staircase here, and on the corner you can add a slab. Like so. And for the bottom part here, just extend this all the way down, like so. And what I did was I took the, I believe it's this block here, where this aligns, and then just add just another layer, just to give it a bit of depth and a bit of kind of this small buttress, just to keep everything stable. And then simply add blocks all the way down here. And I suppose you could just not do these inside and just, yeah, basically move them one block out here. Well, a bit too late now because you probably already built that, but yeah, it's up to you, like so. And now we're ready for the next tower over here. And again, take the floor level and just add one block here and one block here. So from here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. So this one is 9 in total. So including this one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 blocks. Like so. So this block here, this is the corresponding block. Now extend this all the way down and up is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blocks. 14 blocks in total. Like so. And So here we need to remove a couple of blocks because of the way the staircase inside will be. It's a bit different and a bit tricky. Well, not really tricky, but it's a bit different. Okay, I'll just start by showing you how I did it. So just start the first staircase here. And one more here. So 2 staircases and a full block. And from this point here, you can actually add the middle block all the way up. Something like this. And then down here, depending on what kind of order you want things to be built at, you can either we can start just by placing the blocks around this part here. So it's closed off on the right, and then you walk around on the left. But just to show you, I will kind of outline this part here. And basically, yeah, these blocks, you could just not build them. It's up to you. And then just build this all the way up. Well, not all the way up, but maybe, yeah, just start by building up to this level here, like so. And from here, you can simply just place slabs all the way up. And, well, depending on how you like to build, you could include this as a floor, basically, but I just skipped it and went straight up to the next, kind of the next part of it. So here, just, whoopsie. You can just close this off here. Like so. And then the neck basically of the building, you can just build this 3 blocks tall in total and 4 blocks to kind of build the head on, basically. And then, yeah, just add 2 all the way around. Like so. And from here, just continue this part. So just add 1 more layer here. Like so, and then we have our floor up here. Yeah, I mean, you can also use deep slit here instead if you want to. This is up to you. Something like this. Okay. So this is the main floor, and then you can just add another layer here. From the outside, including this one, add, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total. And just close everything off on the outside and the top. And like before, just remove 4 blocks here. Add staircases below. And yeah, you could also just have 1 iron bar instead to kind of have a better view outside, but I mean, it's really up to you. And I mean, you don't have to have this pillar here. It's just a choice, basically. Same with kind of the detailing here. It's, oh, I forgot this part here. Okay. And here, down here, we can add lighting just wherever you feel necessary, I think. Just on the opposite sides, if you just keep doing that, this is enough. And we need to make a similar wall as the one over here. And it's basically the same place. So this one is added like that's 1 block offset here. So this staircase should also be offset by 1 block. So just do the exact same. And then in total, including the first one, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And just continue this pattern. And also extend it downwards, and also add this part here. So it's basically the same, like so. And then for the final watchtower on this side, at least, if you go to the floor level again, so just the floor level you have here, we can just add 1 block here and 2 here. And including this one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So if everything is lined up correctly, this should connect with the wall that we built earlier. This block here, this is the corresponding block. And yeah, I didn't really mention it before, but of course, if you want to save on blocks, I mean, there are places where you could leave some of the walls out. You don't have to build this wall here, since we're not going to see that from the outside, but the same goes for the building here. But I mean, in the end, it depends on what you want. I mean, all of this is also free for you to use as you please. But yeah, just for the sake of this tutorial, I'll just extend everything down here. Okay. From the corners, add 1, 2, 3 blocks. And on each side, add 1 more. So 4 blocks here, and then you can add a slab there. Do this for this corner too. 1, 2, 3, 4. So add 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 3 layers, and then upside down staircase up here. 4 blocks here, 3 blocks here, and then upside down staircase, and then 4 blocks, and finally 3 blocks again with upside down staircases. Okay. Do the same over here, like so. And on the inside, just build 4 blocks all the way around. And leave these 2 open. And yeah, just close this off here. I mean, this is more of it's a small thing. You could, I suppose you could add these here. I didn't design it this way for the build. And I don't know, there's no real reason why you couldn't, or if you should. I mean, it's, again, I have to reiterate, it's really not as important as the texturing and the cracks and all the snow that kind of gives the build its character. And now simply close everything off up here, like so. Okay. And now add, for each corner, add staircases on each side, and then add 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Okay, the inside here, add 4 blocks like so. So yeah, so 3 but 4 blocks tall. This will be your entrance. Okay, and now simply close everything off like so. And for the middle block, you can just substitute this with a staircase, and with a 2 block gap, do the same on each side, like so. Okay, and now add 1, 2, 3, 4, so 5 in total, and just do this all around and close everything up on top, like so. and just remove 3 blocks above here. Put some staircase on top and some iron bars. Like so. And now from the staircase here, we can add some lighting here. And inside, yeah, and we can add some deep slit here too. Okay, and then, yeah, this can just be extended. I mean, there are a lot of stuff you could do. I don't think you don't need to do that much. You could add a bit of kind of a railing here or something like that. Sometimes it could be nice to just add a bit of detailing, even though it is a kind of a rough build. And it is meant to kind of stand out because of the texturing. I know I've said this many times, but I think it's quite important for this build. Okay. And yes, so this is basically everything for this part. The only thing we need now is to just extend the terrain here all the way over. Like so. Okay. On the other side, we have a similar situation where we only have, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections, 5 whole sections. So the buttress and the wall section, 5 of those, as you see here. And on the other side, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exactly the same. So what I want you to do now is to create 1.5 section here, like so. So a section here, and then half a section over here. And then in the corner I can just put on a slab as usual. The easiest way is taking the ground level here and just adding blocks from this point. So add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 blocks. And basically do this in the other direction too. So including this one. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And then just complete this over here. Like so. This block here. This is the corresponding block. And inside here, you can just place stone bricks instead. Just fill everything with stone bricks, like so. And just the 3 metal blocks, you can substitute them with stone bricks too. Same over here. Basically the same on all 4 sides. Just the 3 metal deep slate brick blocks. Like so. Okay, let's begin with just adding the buttresses below. So we're going to follow the pattern that we're already using. So I'll just outline this here. So you have the first buttress will be here, and then between the 2 buttresses you can add this here. So add 5 there, and then the second buttress will be here. And then basically from this point and downwards, you basically just need to add this here and here, like so. And then you can just extend these 5 blocks downwards, like so. And this is basically the same on the other sides, or at least on this side and half of this side, because we will be adding a wall too, so some of it will be behind the wall. And the buttresses will kind of start here, exactly like this one over here. So just copy everything here on this side too, like so. And then you can basically do the same for half of it, or for this buttress and the middle section here. So just add the buttress here and close the middle section off the same way as before, like so. And yeah, basically all of this, I mean, you could just extend it down, but we could also just leave it as it is. So just place 5 here, or yeah, it's actually 4 because the wall here will block 1. But just besides this one, just add these blocks here. And yeah, now you basically have what you need to kind of complete the upper part. So I'll just show you one corner first, and then it's symmetrical on both sides, so it should be easy enough. So here, place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Same here. Okay, so the way I've made them is by simply adding a staircase inside each of them. But I mean, you could just make one. It's up to you. I'll show you how to make one, and then you can go from there. But let's build the rest first, and then I think it's easier to kind of see it in context. like so. And now you can just close this off here. Just on these 3 sides. And then in between each of these walls here, you can just close them off like so. Then do this for the other ones too, like so. Okay, from up here, simply, okay, let's start by, I would just start by closing off the outside here. You know what, let's just do the same as we did before and make one corner first, and then we can go from there. Okay, we'll come to this in a bit. Just repeat those on the 3 other corners, like so. And for the original build, I made a pole here. Okay. So yeah, from down here we can just add a bit of lighting here in the middle. And then you can either make a staircase in each of them or just in one of them, or as many as you feel like. So I'll just show you in the one we started out making. So here, and then you can go from there. So it's basically just a simple revolving staircase. And if you start here, you can, like here, you can just place blocks all around. And then around here, where you just under the blocks here, you can make or build the staircase, or the ladder, sorry. Yeah, just like so. And then do something like this, or maybe a full block here. And you can close this off if you want to. You can also add a bit of lighting here, be here, and there. But other than that, I think this is basically it. And yeah, you can do the same for the others if you want to, but it's up to you. Oh, I would add one more thing. And that is a bit of lighting inside each of these. So you can either just build it like so. Okay, I'll just do this first. And then add the missing lighting. Okay. Then we basically need to add a wall section here, and this wall section will be, well, it will be 4.5 sections, but it will be slightly different because it will start from the inside of this wall. So just to start from above here, so you just find the same height as this one here. Then you only need to add 4 instead of 5, because the section technically starts inside here, so it's 5 from this wall. So one section starts here, and the buttress will be added here. So the usual, it's the same as the other ones, but just to show you how it's connecting. So what you see here is the section technically starts from this point. And then, yeah, down here, the way it connects here is the same as the other places. They just slightly touch. And then, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a half section over here. Okay. And then just flip this one as per usual in the other direction. Like so. And as per usual, just add a slab there. And then for this one, the barracks here, the building, will be connecting right here. So we actually need to remove this one, but just keep the rest. Okay, onto the barracks. The best way of approaching this is to build the floor plan first and then go from there. So start by finding the floor or the terrain level, and then just place a block here on the outside. And then place 21 in total. So including this one, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 21 in total. From here, add 47 or 46. It's 47 in total. So including this one, it's 47. So 1, 2, 3, and so on. So this is number 47. And then 21 in total too. So this includes the first one. So 21 in total. And then simply connect it on the last part here. And it should connect like so on the wall. This block here, this is the corresponding block. Okay, now we will go around the build and highlight all the places that needs to be extended downwards. So from here, add 5 blocks just from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then a 3 block gap and add 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, a 3 block gap and add 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 1 block gap until the corner. Same thing here. And over here, add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, with 1 block gap to the corner. Then skip 5 and add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 5 and add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, skip 5, add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the same again, skip 5 and add 5. And you should align with the block here, or not align, you should be 1 block apart from the corner. And on this side, it's the same as the other. Just add 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 3 block gap and 3. A 3 block gap. 3 block gap and 5. Like so. And this one here will connect to the terrain, but I think just to make it easier to kind of, when we're adding the wall above, I think it's easier to just do the same here. So just add 5 here and 5 block gap and 5. Just do this the same as on the other side. Just 5 block gap and 5 blocks. And here will be 4 because the 5th block is basically in the wall. Okay. And then simply extend all the outer blocks down. You don't need to extend the ones inside here, but just all the outer blocks. Like so. And then in between these, you can just, instead of these 3, just add stairs instead. And do the same for this one here. And just the 3 in the middle here. Just leave the ones outside as they are. And here it doesn't matter because the terrain will connect here. Okay, now we need to add buttresses. And the thing is that to make this align with the same way as over here. So the way it aligns here is corner to corner, as you can see here. And to do that, those buttresses here will be a bit different. The only difference is that you just need to ignore the upper part here. So just start from these staircases here and just add those, basically. And then you can go down here and add these two, the same as these here. And because we are going to keep the wall here, I think it looks better to just extend this one down and not have a gap in here, because then it will only be one block gap, and I think that's a bit too narrow, I think, to kind of make sense for the construction. So just extend all of these all the way down, and of course extend this one over, and it can be hollow if you want to. That's totally fine. Like so. And do the same for this one. Exactly the same as this one. And also on the other side here, do the same for these two. Okay. Now we need to add 3 buttresses to this wall here. And you can do it on each of them, but I just did it on 3 of them. So the outer 2 and the middle one. And these ones, they need to be like the ones over here, which means that I'm just making the profile of it here, but it's basically just a staircase from up here. And then from down here, it will just match this one. So here we'll have the staircase for this one, and then a staircase here. And then we'll add 2 blocks, or not these blocks, but 2 normal blocks here, and then a small arch here. And then these 2 will be extended downwards all the way down. So yeah, basically the same as all the other ones we did earlier over here. And then just extrude this for the other 4, and then add one in the middle and at the end. Like so. Okay, before we begin with the upper walls, just place stone bricks for all of this area here for the floor. Like so. Okay, now onto the outer walls. So you need to extend the outer walls to 11 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then I'll just show you which ones you need to extend. So I'll just highlight all of the blocks that are relevant for it. Okay, and now just extend those all the way up to 11, like this one. Like so. Okay, and now I'll just do a bit of detailing and you can just follow along. So as you can see, all of this is kind of the same principle is used on all sides. And then for the windows, just add these blocks here. And you can add whatever windows you like. So what I used was what I used was black stained glass paints. And I mean, it's really up to you. You can also mix and match. It can actually look good if the middle part is something else, like a different shade of gray, maybe, or something. But yeah, do this for all the other windows all around the build. The only place that is different will be the entrance. But I mean, the only difference is that at the entrance you just leave some blocks open. But so for now, just repeat all of these. Or repeat for all the windows. Like so. And then yeah, you can just remove some of these blocks here. And I mean, depending on how you like to build, so for the original I actually added a bit of, I think I added something like this. Okay, I'll build the outside first, and then we can go inside and build everything there. So from the outside, just follow along. This is fairly straightforward. So the rooftop will just follow this shape here. So it will start here, and then goes all the way up. And on top, just add a slab here. Just leave a gap here of 3 with 1, 2, 3 block gap to the, so without the slab it's just 3 blocks. And do the same on the other side, like so. And now we basically need to extend all of these blocks here all the way over to the other side. But there will be some gaps. I just think it's easier to just build them first, because it's basically it's a kind of a regular structure all the way through. So by doing this, you can, yeah, I think it's easier to kind of remove the blocks afterwards, like so. And here you can just close this off. Same over here. Okay. So from here, for each of these parts here, just add 3 staircase rows in the middle. So these are 5 blocks wide, but just add 3 and do that all the way up. So a lot of this will, the way I did it originally was adding a lot of snow and of course a lot of texturing. So it's not quite as irregular as this, but this is just the kind of the basic shape, and then you can add what you feel is necessary. But yeah, do this for this one here, this one, and this one, and this one, like so. And for these two, so this one and this one, we're just gonna add the chimneys. So remove this one and this one and this one, and then just add blocks here. So from here, add 2 more. Same over here. And up here, add staircases all around, upside down staircases. Like so. And you can add a campfire with hay if you want to have tall smoke going up. And then do the same over here, like so. And now we're going to add the bay windows. So there are 4 on each side. I'll just show you one and you can just copy them. So it's basically just add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then staircase and 1 block till you reach the middle. In the middle you can add a wall block just for a bit of ornamentation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just extend this part inside. Like so, and then add some blocks here. And then inside here, just remove all the blocks that isn't needed here. So like so. And then simply repeat this for over all the other windows on both sides. Like so. Okay. So from in here, actually the easiest way is probably by adding the floor first. So if you go up here, this is where the floor will be. So just remove all the blocks that are in the way and just add stone bricks all over this level here. So it should look something like this up here. And down here, it should look like this. Okay, so I'll just highlight all the blocks that needs to be extended upwards. So for the pillars, just add one here, here, and here. And then, so the thing is, on this side, we will have a staircase. So this part will look a bit different than on the other side. So I'll just highlight the ones that needs to be extended, and then you can just do that. So this should be the same over here. And for all the pillars, this is fairly simple. This is just this diamond shape for all of them. And then here, you can just do it like so. And here, just add 3 blocks here. And that's basically it. For the we need pillars inside here too. So for these are pillars, but they also they function as the fireplace that goes up to the chimneys above. So we are talking. So we need to place one here. So it's 3 blocks. Measure a 3-block gap between these 2 here. So 1, 2, 3. And then I'll just show you the entire kind of entire part, and then we can just hollow it out where we need it. This is the basic shape. And the second one is down here. So just have 3 blocks gap here, and then like so. And now simply extend all of this up until it reaches the ceiling. Like so. And just quickly do these first. So just remove the blocks you see here. And so I'll just do this for now, and then we can kind of add more later when in the next episode we'll be doing the interior. We just leave that as it is. And for all of these parts between the pillars, These are fairly simple. So here it's a bit different for this place, this part here in the middle, we need a bigger structure to kind of carry the roof. So I'll come back to that in a moment. So these ones here, they just need like a similar structure. Just do these ones first. Same over here. Okay, let's do this one first here. Okay, so for this one, here we need to add 2 blocks underneath here and 1 on the side. So something like this. And in here, this can be closed off. I mean, this is not that important, but this is just how I did it. And for a bit of lighting, we can add something is missing here. I'll just place them so you can see. I think this is fine for now. The rest will be built in the next episode. So for these windows here, just use the same as we used before. You can leave the middle ones open. You need to be able to get in here, so yeah. Okay, so from inside here, we will build the staircase. From here, just add 3. And some slabs. Oh, actually, this part here should probably be closed off. And just extend the 3 ones in the middle here. Okay. So here you can add slabs instead. Well, this one should probably be open, but other than that, just add those and staircases here. Yeah, well, here you could probably... It's probably better to use stone bricks here, which will make this one a bit weird. So yeah, just make it look like so. Okay, so in general, we just need to add upside down staircases to most of this, but also a bit of missing walls. So with a 2-block gap, just add there, and then maybe connect there, and just close this off. I mean, you could use this for extra space. I'm just showing you how I did it. You can always expand in different ways. And basically do this for all of the walls all the way down. And for the next part, you need to add the staircases basically all over the ceiling. So just do like this all the way around. And on the top, you can just add a simple row of blocks like so. And simply continue this pattern like so. And then we just need to add a couple of things. So for the staircase here, you can add a couple of, you can add this here. We actually need staircases here too. Yeah, just extend those upwards. And we're basically doing the same thing for the chimneys or the fireplaces here. and the campfires would be here. But we'll get back to that when we come to the next episode. And simply repeat this one over here, like so. And I suppose we can add a bit of lighting again. Wait, I missed some things here. What happened? I forgot. Embarrassing, right? Okay. Yeah, I'll just add the hoppers first. So I'll just add those a couple of places here, like in the middle of this window and in between. It's not that important where, it's just where you feel like it's it makes sense. Okay. Okay, I think this is good for now. The final thing for this part here is just to add the wall section. So like so. And they just slightly touch there. And here you can just, in the corner, just add a slab. And yeah, then simply extend the grass blocks all the way over. Like so. Okay, and now on to the iron farm. So the farm itself, or the shell, or the outer wall of the farm is 21 blocks wide in both directions. So to kind of lay out the blueprint or the floor plan from the second buttress here, find this the last block here, and just add 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks from this one. I'll just lay this out, and we can just delete the ones we don't need later. So this will kind of, it will align with the buttress here and the one over here. So it should look like this. And on the other side here, so this is 1 block above floor level or ground level. Well, not ground level, but the terrain inside. Just add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. And here including this one, 21 in total. So 1, 2, 3, and so on. Like so. And same over here, 21 in total. That includes the corner. And then just finish this here. I think this is the easiest way to explain it. This block here, this is the corresponding block. So the farm itself will be, I'll probably show that in the last video, the one about furnishing in general. So for this video, I'll just build the building itself, and then you can come back for the last episode to kind of add that. But maybe you don't even want to use it for this, so you can just use it as like any other building. But yeah, for this part, just extend the entire wall section downwards. And then, I mean, you could delete everything inside here. You could delete and reuse for this. This is up to you. Like so. And from here, now, for every third block, remove 3. So count 1, 2, 3, then remove 3. And do that 4 blocks down. And on the bottom one, add stairs. And again, 3 blocks gap, and then remove these 3 blocks here. Same over here. And then you have 3 at the end. And here you can just remove this part and then add, just close this off here and add 1 there. And we're just going to do the same over here. And 3 here. Again, just remove this one. Okay. Now what you need to do is to extend the top ones, all of these, just extend them upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 blocks in total. And do this for this one and for these here. All of these, I'll just show you which ones, but it's basically just all of these outer walls here. And from the inside, it will be the 3 here. This one can just be removed. And the 3 here, so this includes the corners of 1, 2, 3. Let's remove these 3, and for this part here, yeah, this is also 3. Just remove these 3, and then these 2 here, and this one will be raised too. Like so. Okay. So for all these sections here, we basically need to do the same. So I'll just show you one, and then you can repeat it. So here at this this level here above, so we're gonna add these staircases. These will be at the same level as the staircases on top of the tallest part of the buttress. Just ignore this block. It's not supposed to be there. Now add the section we just did for all the other sides, but don't add it to the middle one here. And for the middle one, the top part here, so everything from here above is the same. So we can actually build that. Okay, so here I'll just make this entrance a little bit more apparent. And here you can just extend this part. And yeah, all of this needs to be removed inside. I would just, again, depending on how much you want to kind of reuse of this, you could again just remove all of it, or just everything that's inside, like from the floor and up of the walls here. So just to show you, I've removed everything here. And yeah, other than that, I would just, I mean, for now you can just close just these parts off. You don't have to close everything off. Depends on if you want to have it hollow or if you want to, yeah, and also of course save blocks, but this is up to you. And as I mentioned earlier, this is an oversight, so you can just clean this up on top. In the end, it's not that important. Okay, so for now, let's just add these staircases on top. So what I did here was to kind of spawn-proof everything. So I'm using staircases and slabs to kind of, yeah, spawn-proof basically. And for the original, or for the final build, all of this will be covered in slabs. So what I did was I can just show you just quickly. So up here, those will be spawn-proof since the slab is placed in the bottom part of the block, basically. Like so. And then when we're done with everything, we can close this off. But yeah, I think for now this is fine. Okay. The final towers here are not in the revised or the simplified version of the build. They are only for the original. So what I'm going to do here is to show you where they're placed in the same fashion that I did before, and then I'll show you how to build them, but I won't be showing you any interior. They're not meant to be functional buildings. I mean, you could add staircases and rooms to them, but as it was made in the original, they don't really have a function. And of course, all I've been showing you with texturing applies to these towers as well. And here I'll show you the usual footage for texturing, so you can take a closer look and see how I did it in the original. So from here, simply add, for the 3 middle blocks here, just add those first, and then build them up. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks up. And from here, add 2, and then just place blocks all around to match the floor plan, basically. And then add 4 more layers, so 5 in total, but just make it hollow. Like so. Okay, and here we just need to connect these two. So 2 from the top, just add 2 blocks here, so 1, 2, and these 2. And from here, just add staircases all the way up to the top. Like so. And then a row of staircases here too. Like so, and then simply make 2 of these on the other side here. Like so. And up here, again in the middle, add a square of 3 blocks in width. And then add 4 more layers, so 5 in total. Like so. And again, extend the top one just to match the floor plan, or the tower itself, basically. Like so. And then add 10 more layers, so 11 in total. Like so. And yeah, this is basically it for the main towers in the original seed. And now we come to the final part of the video, where I'm gonna show you how to build the missing walls, staircases, and bridges in the original seed. If you're not building in the original seed, you can just skip the rest of this video and watch the final episode about the interior furnishing when it comes out. For this final part of the tutorial, I'm gonna break it down in sections so you can piece it together. For some of the parts, like the staircase and gatehouse, I will leave timestamps for the relevant videos. You can then recreate them by using the tutorial that is already posted. And don't worry, I will leave you the relevant coordinates for where to start for each part that needs it. I will start with the staircase here, and then we'll go straight into building the gatehouse. They will both work as anchor points for the sections in between. After building the bridge leading up to the entrance, we will build the bridge below, and then connect it to the gatehouse with a staircase. From here, I will go through all the wall sections from the gatehouse and clockwise around the build. For each section, I will show you how the texturing was done, and you can then decide for yourself how much you want to add. One thing you might have noticed looking at the build, a lot of the dirt has been replaced with soul sand, and I basically did it to darken the terrain compared to the very dark tones of the deep slate. And I don't think you have to go to the same extent as I did here, but you could add a bit just to get that gradient going. Okay, for the staircase here, it's actually fairly simple. So what you need to do is to go to this video here and find this timestamp. And just to show you here, it's actually fairly easy, because all you need to do, as seen here, is to add this part we already made. And the easiest way to do it is just to add 15 staircases in total, which amounts to 8 of these large staircases here. So they are the double height of a normal one, so 2 times 2, and 8 of them. So this block here is the block we started at. But yeah, other than that, it is fairly simple. And when it comes to the sides here, just extend them down to meet the terrain. But other than that, this should be it for this part here. For the gatehouse here, you need to find this particular block here. So this block here, this is the corner I'm highlighting here in the original. So find this video at this timestamp and dig one block down. So this is the block that needs to be, so the block needs to be placed here. So this block here, this is the one in the screenshot here. So this block is one block above the ground level or the floor level inside the gatehouse here. But yeah, start from that point in the tutorial and just finish this part here. So just to show you here how it will end up looking. This is the exact same gate as I built earlier in the earlier episode, but as you can see here, this is just pasted in. So in this seat, I wouldn't build this part here, for instance. I would just connect it to the mountain here and just leave this be. But other than that, it is basically the same gate. Okay, now onto the bridge or platform in front of the staircase. But first we need to add the statues over here. So I'm just gonna build them and you should be able to just follow along. Okay, and now do the same on the other side, like so. And for the platform itself, I would just outline the walls first. So here, add 16 blocks. There's 16 in total. And at the last one, this is where the pillar's gonna begin. Just make it one block below. Here you can just add, for every second, you can add a wall. We actually missed this one. We need to fill the center of this one too. And here, just add. So from here, this being the first add, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. And then one here, like so. Same over here, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. Okay. Now add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. And end with a wall block. And the next one should be 1 block above diagonally. So just place one here. Do the same. So yeah, just end it there. Same place. And it's the same with this one, just diagonally. Place it one above. And on both add a wall block below. And then we're at the middle for this diagonal vault here. And then the next one should be the same. And from here you can taper down by 1 block for each, basically the same as the other side. And this is the last one. Oh, we missed this one. So here, this is the last one. So we need to place the pillar here and all the way down. And just like the other ones, end it the same way. And then just extend it all the way down. And the final one here, you can just extend it 1 block above the others. Same with this one here. And then you can just extend this part here, just all the way over till you reach the mountain. Like so. And again, add a wall block for every second. And then basically make the same arch or vault over here. Going from this block here, you can just add 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks like before. you won't be seeing this, but it's up to you if you want to close this off. So here's there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 block gap between the two staircases, if you're in doubt. Okay. Then on the diagonal side here, you can add a block here all the way over. Like so. And a wall block on top. And a normal block on top of that. And then here, just every second, you put a normal block. And wall block in between. And one on top here. And in terms of lighting, I mean, I added a couple here, and then I added some inside the floor, basically. But yeah, I think this is more of a personal choice where you want to add them. We'll just wait a bit with adding the floor, because I want to do the outline on this side too. Here you can just, this is a very small detail, but for the original just added a bit of detail there. Okay, so basically go over to the other side here, and from this point we need to make kind of the same structure. So I'm just counting here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. 23 blocks in total. Okay, just a bit of detail for this one. Not much, just a tiny bit. Just add one block and nothing else. The rest will be kind of detailed with a layer of snow. I think that's probably perhaps the most effective way of texturing is actually the snow. I mean, all of the other stuff is good too, but the snow really adds something. Maybe you can close this off, but this part over here, you don't really see that. So really, it really depends on you, but yeah, I don't think you need to do much here. Just for good measure, I'll place these blocks here. But other than that, just keep it as it is. Okay, for the, so this is the first, the second, the third, the fourth. From the fourth, add the arch starts basically. And then just add blocks until you reach the terrain here. And I mean, you could substitute this with blocks just to make it a bit more smooth. And this is really depends on how much you want to kind of blend it together, but yeah. And here it's on the second one, so this one here. Oopsie, this one. So basically add 3 and add 3 in total here. Like so. Okay. And now simply fill all of this with stone bricks from this layer. So just extend this layer all over here between these mountains and for this entire area here. Like so. And I mean, you could change the terrain if you wanted to, but it was kind of meant to be part of, kind of blend in with the terrain. The only thing I really would change here would be to remove this part here for a more clean connection. And then of course all the texturing will add a lot of character to it. Like the snow, for instance, will add a lot, but also the texturing, of course, as we talked about many times. But yeah, I think this is good for now for this part here. Okay, and for the bridge down here, you need to find this block right here. I will put the coordinates on screen. So this one here. And from here, just continue this all the way over here. And let's just remove this. I'll just show you this quickly. And then just add the blocks here. At about this point here and over here. So in between these two, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, so for my version, it was mostly the snow that kind of added to the kind of the ruggedness and the more weathered feel. But I'm just going to show the clean version here, and then you can just decide how much of the texturing you want to do. Like so, and then just add stone bricks on this area here, like so. And then underneath here, so what I did, I mean, in a lot of ways this isn't as important because you won't really see it, but I'm just going to show the basics of it. here, just add, for the third block, just add a staircase here. So 2 blocks here and this one here. And then 1 more. And then add 3 and 3. And then the same on this side. And 3 in the middle. And if you want to, you can do it in the middle here too. This is up to you. And then these 4 here, those you can just extend downwards. And depending on how far you want to take it, you can... So I would usually just extend them all the way down to the bottom of the river here. But it's up to you, basically. So this is more or less it. And on the other side, it's the exact same thing. You just copy the same staircase structure as over there. Okay, and for the final staircase here, you simply need to extend this pattern down here. So it's basically just the same. Just extend it two blocks out and then 2 blocks down. And if you want to, you can remove some of the terrain, but what I did in the original was to build it inside the terrain. So if you were to just build it like so, it would carve itself into the mountain. And this is basically what I did on this side, at least. Whereas on the other side, I actually removed a bit. Where you're going to place the normal staircase is up to you. I mean, I would probably, for this build, just place it at the right side. In the original, I placed it on the left side, and it kind of followed the terrain up here. But to make it easier, I would just place it on the right side. Or you could also place it in the middle, but then you need to remove some of this. If you want this kind of style of staircase where it kind of carves into the mountain, then I would just, yeah, build the staircase here. So you could do it like so, or something similar. It's up to you. It's really up to you. And for this kind of version, the only thing you need to remove is just this pile of dirt over here. And the rest, yeah, this would then be removed, and you would have the staircase go up here instead. So it will actually be made this way instead, and so on all the way down. And yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like much here, and this is basically because of, I mean, the lack of texturing. That is what makes the build. Okay, and now on to the final stage. For this one, we're going to build the outer wall for the original seed. And as you can see here, I've added some wool blocks to kind of highlight the corners for each of the walls. So this way, it's much easier to kind of figure out where to place everything. So we're going to start, as with everything else, we are doing it clockwise all around the build. And we're going to start here. So just check the coordinates for each of these pillars here. can see it here. And then find this location. And from this point here, just replace it, or I mean build the pillar, and then continue this pillar all the way over to the other side. And it should connect to this, the gatehouse here at that point. If it doesn't, you can, I mean, there's no reason why you couldn't just like move it a bit. So it's better to kind of connect the right place here than it being the same seat over here, or the same coordinates over here. So just do that. And now simply extend this to the ground and add another layer here. So what I did was, in the original, I actually made this kind of a walkway, or some kind of walkway. So if you just extend these two all over here, and then just extend the inner wall and the outer wall down, like so. And yeah, remember that the texturing and kind of the snow and all that, the cracks, that will add a lot more than just having this bare wall here. Okay, the way it connects here was a bit different in the original. What I did was I created kind of a sloping structure, kind of a buttress kind of structure, but not really. And the way, just to show you the kind of the clean version, from up here, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and on the 9th block, add a block here. And then from here, just go all the way down. Okay. And for the next one, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks. I mean, and again, this is not, you don't have to do this really as precisely as I'm showing here. It's just to give you an idea of kind of the main structure. Because of the way I textured everything at the end. Oh, it doesn't really matter that much. It's not as important as it might seem in a lot of ways. And from here, just add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here, from up here, add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here, add 1, 2, 3. And here you can just add just one above here. And the rest is more or less just one at a time. Maybe even, well, 2 here, and then just taper it down like so. Something like this. So a sloping kind of shape like this. And now simply do the same on the block next to it and the block next to that. So it's 3 blocks wide in total. And do the exact same over here. So just to highlight, so for these 2 rows here and the 3 rows over here. And from here, this is an easy one. You just need to find this coordinate here, build up a pillar, and this should align with this tower here, and it should align with this tower here. So fairly easy. And now simply build up this pillar here and connect it to this one here and this one here. So just build this up all the way up here, like so. And between these two here, I just followed this kind of ridge here, or this, and it should align with this block here. Just connect this, and it should align with the last block here. So just connect this over here. Like so. And the long wall here, it kind of follows the terrain, as you can see here. So start by finding this block over here. At these coordinates, build up a pillar here. And then extend this one all the way. Yeah, you need to remove some of the existing trees. Just extend this all the way over here. And it should connect here. And now just extend this downwards, like so. And you can just connect it to this one over here. So this one, just to show you that you shouldn't need it, but yeah, these are the coordinates for this one. Okay. So what you're going to do now is to add the buttresses that we also added to the modified version, or the simplified version. And it's not the exact same, but they kind of look like them. It's a bit more simple. So from here, add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 on top here. 1, 2, 3 staircases. And just extend this all the way down. Like so. And from here, you need to find this block here and simply add 1 staircase here. And this will be the reference point for the lower part of the buttress all the way to the other side. So I'm just gonna fill this. Yeah, I mean, the placement of this, it could be a bit higher, a bit lower, so don't stress too much about it. But yeah, just use that block here as a reference. It should be the same in every seed, so or in every version for this seed. Okay, then skip 1 and add this one, and skip 1 and add this one. And then again add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and simply repeat this buttress here, same as over here. Do that here. And this is basically what you're going to do all the way over to the other side. I'm just going to highlight the top here so you can see how it looks, but it's the same principle. And we can just continue this. So it is basically this. So I took this wall for the redesigned version. I took this wall and used this as the reference for the new design. So in that way, it is kind of the same, but there are some differences. And one of the differences is that I actually, for the original build, I terraformed this part here so the terrain would connect with the outer wall for a lot of this, and also on the other side. And that way the windows we have in the redesigned version has windows here. For this one, the terrain should kind of align with the top of the wall, so you don't need windows, basically. Okay, now simply repeat this this buttress for all the others you can see here, like so. And now find these coordinates here, and build up a pillar like we did before. And for this one, just extend this over to another tree. Of course, another tree. Yeah, just extend this here. You will connect here, and over here do the same. Just extend this all the way over here. And one thing that is probably different in your seed, if you're using a different seed that I'm using, that is the placement of the trees. So as far as I know, the terrain should be the exact same, kind of the solid blocks, but when it comes to trees, they depend on the biome, and also I think there's a randomness to it. So I think that yeah, just ignore the placement of my trees. It doesn't really matter. Okay, I'm just highlighting where it should kind of connect. Another thing you could do. So the thing is, the original in the original seed. So here, I'll just show you. In the original seed, I had this kind of like access building here, like a staircase going up, and I simply had it because of this shape here. So what you could do to kind of have it be kind of closer to the original, I suppose, and also kind of take advantage of these shapes, I think you could just use this one instead. Instead of going straight up, just use this. I think that actually looks a bit better. So you're taking advantage of the existing terrain in a way that actually makes sense. Okay, so for the entire outline here, just extend it downwards, like so. And now we just need to add a couple of buttresses, same as before. Here you can just place 2 here and 2 here, and then continue the buttresses here in the same fashion as we did before. Again, I'll just outline them, and you should be able to just continue what I built. This should align just 1 block off here, and yeah, and add those. And here, I think the way I made it was, yeah, it was actually the exact same. So just yes, just start here, like add 5, and then continue like so. And what I did here was basically raising the wall a bit, so it kind of matches the terrain. So I'm just gonna do this in a kind of rough way, just to show you kind of the general idea. But yeah, I mean, this should just follow the terrain in some fashion or another. How high or how tall you want it to be, that's up to you. But I mean, you could have it kind of connect somewhere here, and then something like this. And again, texturing helps a lot. And again, like before, add the buttresses here as we did before. I think because of the way these kind of lower parts are way down here, you actually only need to kind of I think you should just kind of extend the first layer here. Don't worry about anything below that. Like so. Okay, and now on to the other side. So here you need to find these coordinates here. And this should align with the last block on this building here. And then find the one over here. So this should align with the one we just made and this wall here. And I mean, the way I originally kind of decided where to put these walls that was kind of in part the terrain, but not all of this terrain is kind of there isn't a clear kind of edge to kind of follow here. So I think as I remembered, I followed this wall here and kind of used this as the main starting point to kind of move off. But yeah, find this one here and then build up the wall here. And now connect these two. And connect this one over here. Like so for now, and I'll come back to the detailing. And then over here, do the exact same, just connect the top one. Like so. And it should connect around here. And then just extend the entire wall downwards. Like so. And over here, I would just build this wall up a bit. Like, yeah. How far you want to kind of build it is up to you, but I mean, it should be tall enough to kind of shield. I mean, yeah, to kind of be of practical use as a wall, basically. Okay. So over here, the buttresses at the corner, because of the way the wall was built, they need to be a bit shorter, or a bit like a bit narrower than the others. They only need to be 3, and they're gonna share this block here. So I'm just gonna show you how I made them, and then the texturing, as always, is something that you can add. And then here, at this point, this is where we're gonna add the first kind of buttress part. And it could be lower or higher. It's really up to you. But just to show you, like in the ballpark where it is. Just extend this down. Okay. And we're going to do the same over here. is also 3 blocks. Okay. And then from here, we need to make the next one. And the gap between is only 3 blocks. So just place 1 here and then 5 here. So this part here will be shorter than usual, basically. And then we basically gonna continue with the old pattern from here. Like 5 by 5, so 5 here and then 5 here. I'm just gonna highlight all the parts on top. And it should align like this. Okay. And now simply extend those down and have matching stairs, so they should be here. Oh, here, right? All the way over. Like so. And over here, we're gonna do the same, but because of the height of the wall, we're gonna add more parts to the buttresses. So I'll just show you the top first. So we're gonna add 2 here and then 5. Again 2 here, 5. And just continue this pattern. I'm just gonna show it for all of them like so, and then we can extend them like we did the others. Up here, the same 3 staircases. Okay, so for now, just extend these outer blocks all the way down. Okay. And now you can follow these staircases here and just place them all the way over. So, depending on how it looks on the building you placed here already, this will perhaps be a slightly bit different. So, if it is, don't worry about it. Those buttresses here doesn't have to be the same as these. It doesn't have to be like that. So, I'm just showing you the same one here because the way I kind of placed it in this wall, I've just placed it without the buttresses. So for now, just if they are a bit different over here, it doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. The easiest thing is just to show you this on the last one, and then you can kind of do the same for all of them. So for from this point here, just add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, 7, sorry. At the 7th block, add this one. And then I'll just do like so, and then it's easier to count. So from here, add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 again, and then add 1, and then add 1 more. And then what you basically need to do is to do this for all the others. So just extend this one here all the way over here, and do the same for the others, like so. And yeah, for those over here, they will just kind of meet the terrain where they're at. The same with this one. And for the rest, I'll just show you on this one so it's most clear. But here you can just, this is basically how I did it in the redesigned version, but just extend the two rows here all the way down, and in the middle you can add, you can add it all the way over, and then like so, and then simply extend these blocks here all the way down, and do this for all of them to the extent that they connect, basically like so. And then basically mimic this on the other side. And again, if you already made these, then don't worry about this part here. So for this one, I would just close it off down here, like so. And the wall between these two buildings, I think the easiest way is to find this block here. So it's basically the floor level here, and on this pillar here. And just extend this all the way over. And extend it all the way down, like so. What I would do is simply to create like a floor level here with the grass, and simply just having it fairly straight until it connects to the mountain over here, and then somewhere here it needs to taper down to kind of follow this terrain naturally. But here it kind of needs to connect with the top here. Okay, for the buttresses here, just add 1 block here, and then 5 here, 2 blocks here, and 5, and 2 blocks here, and 5. And just keep this going, and then you have 1 block here. And I will just highlight, as usual, the top layer. Okay. For this part here, just extend it downwards and then use this as a reference point. So if we do it like so, we can have the next part over here, or this part over here can kind of align with everything else. So I'm just showing you how it looks all the way over here. Oops, yeah. Okay. So yeah, extend this one down here and extend these 2 blocks, or these downwards here, and you should be good. And of course this one And this one needs to be extended too. Like so. And yeah, here you could add the last one if you wanted to. Okay. And for the next part here, this is fairly simple. Just go to the second line of blocks here and just build up somewhere around here, just some blocks above here. It's not that important. And then just raise it a bit somewhere around here. Like so, and then just extend this one down. Like so. And for the original, I made it thicker. I think I made 3 blocks in width. You could also just extend this terrain a bit and have it kind of connect up here. That I would probably do this in a revised version. Just add the terrain up here, just this part. But it's up to you. I'll just leave this as it is. And over here for this part, this is where I told you that I wanted to change this, because here we had this mansion or kind of a house that I found a bit odd in terms of where it was placed. So what I would do here instead is simply to kind of build a wall that kind of follows the terrain here. And I would start here, so I'm just outlining it. And then just follow this terrain here and end at this point. So just to find the coordinates for this. And I mean the height that could be changed, but this is just a suggestion. I'm just gonna keep this height for now, and then you can just continue this wall up here until you meet this block here at these coordinates, and then simply replace this and connect it over here. It should align with this part. And this is also where you're gonna have to make some decisions about how you enter this building here, because as it is here, it doesn't really align with this terrain. It was made for the other building, but I would just make a staircase here or something. It depends on what you want. I mean, this floor level here inside will be the same floor level as, I believe, the same floor level as this one here. It should be the same. So you could also make kind of a connection in between, but this is really up to you. But for now, I would just build this wall in the same shape as the mountain. So what I mean by that is I would have it kind of be raised a bit here, and then maybe at this point it would just flatten out and then land here. And then from here it can do the same. And again, this will work. Ugh, I can't speak. This will work a lot better when you kind of texture it and add snow. And I mean, there are all sorts of ways you can add different kinds of blocks here and make cracks, and there's all sorts of ways of doing it. And I would just watch the texturing section and kind of pause when needed and kind of find the necessary parts to kind of get inspiration for that. But yeah, just close this off for now, like so. And then we're almost done here. For this part here, I basically just made a 3-block wide wall that started from the kind of the middle part of this tower here, and so I'm just making the clean version here, but in principle it just kind of tapered down in something like this, and essentially this was built as kind of a ruin, so it isn't really meant to kind of protect anything. It's just there as kind of a remnant of something that used to be. And then somewhere around here, I added a diagonal wall. And this one should, so when we get further down here, it should align. Let's just see where it aligns, and it should align somewhere around the towers below. I think, yeah, what I did was I actually followed this kind of terrain here, and then I connected it to the corner here, so it's actually this corner here, and then I connected it somewhat like so, yeah. And the height of it, that's really up to you. It's meant to be a ruin, so it should be kind of incomplete and weird in a sense, yeah. Okay, and then simply extend it for the yeah, so it's about 3 blocks thick or wide. So I'm just going to outline this for you. It's basically just this diagonal line here. You're going to continue. And I would just finish it here and then just have this be 1 block thick, and then yeah, in the end it will be kind of cracked, and so the randomness is, it's fine to have some randomness here. So I'm not showing you the texturing. I'm just showing you that it doesn't really matter that much how tall it is, or it can really be anything. Yeah, something like this. Okay, and yes, this is more or less it for the wall itself. And the only thing that we really haven't covered yet is this ruinous part here. And I'm not going to show you exactly how I did. I will just show you the kind of the texturing part section here. You can see, but just to kind of show you the outline of the build. It's basically just this outline here, and this should kind of connect with. It should be the same for your seat And it doesn't really have to be like this. You can make anything really. It's not that important. It is a ruin after all, so it can just be there as this kind of incomplete part. I did the same structure over here, and yeah, it's basically more or less the same, right? So this is just the outline again. But don't stress getting this right, because it's really not that important. I would just, depending on how if you even want to build this, I would just kind of make some random pillars here and add snow to it, and yeah, that's it basically. I don't think you need to do much else in general. So yeah, this is basically it for this part. And again, I must stress, adding texture, adding cracks, adding kind of imperfections in the wall, that is really what makes the wall kind of give it the character it originally had in my build. It's not something that works all that well just as a plain wall. It kind of needs this grittiness to it to really be interesting. And before closing off, I'll just leave you with this footage of the courtyard before and after. And this is basically just a comparison between the vanilla terrain and the one I ended up making for the original build. To what extent you want to do something similar is up to you, and in the end I don't think it's that important to copy this one-to-one. It's simply here to give you a bit of inspiration. There are so many ways you could change this or add your own kind of buildings to it, or custom trees and whatever you may find useful. And at the tail end of this clip, I'll just leave you with the entire panning shot of the texturing. So thank you all for watching, and be sure to watch the last episode that I will hopefully be able to release soon, and it will cover all the missing furniture from the interior. Thanks for watching. See you guys.
you.